Morning.
Morning.
Or
Good afternoon.
yeah, too.
You threw me for a curve there, yes.
Sorry, the day has been a bit of a blur for me.
Okay.
I just got the phone with Jamar. He is trying to join right now. So I told him click on the blue button, join virtual courtroom. So I think he should be on any minute.
Okay, very good. I'll look for him to join. Is he the only one that's your witness?
Yes, Your Honor. That's the father of the child.
Okay.
Next friend.
Ms. Harbert, are you, is there a court reporter on the call?
We sent her the link and she should be joining shortly. Let me follow up directly with her.
Okay.
Hey, Jamar.
So I have the confirmation from them. Let me go ahead and call them and see where they are.
Hey, Jamar, did Jeremiah win his match last weekend?
Actually, the older brother, Belmont, did. Yeah, they won the state final.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I did not see a proposed, maybe I do see it, okay. Of course, I spoke too soon. Okay.
Does it look like you have everything you need, Your Honor?
I think I do.
Okay, good.
I just spoke with Magna Legal Services, the scheduler, the court reporter is supposed to be on. She is finding out right now what's going on and why she's not here. So I apologize for the inconvenience if we can wait a few moments for her.
A few minutes. I'm gonna step away for a second, I'll be right back.
Sure.
Claire, if you can't get a reporter, I don't know if Judge Hurdle will allow it, but I don't need a record. I don't know if Ms. Presby does.
I personally don't, but I think that the directions were pretty clear,
All right,
unfortunately.
sorry. Haven't heard back from the reporter yet?
I heard back and I received confirmation yesterday and I just spoke with him on the phone. I believe there was maybe some confusion about it being Central Time, but I was assured that they are jumping on now.
Okay, good, thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and call again and be a little bit pushy since y'all are all waiting.
I think that's her, I just admitted her.
Thank you. Oh, look what's happening.
That's her, I just admitted her.
Perfect, thank you.
I made it.
Hi, Ms.
Sorry,
Estes. Do you need a few minutes?
No, I was waiting for a minute, so I'm good.
Okay, I think we've got everybody here we need. Can everybody hear me okay? If you can't,
Yes,
just
Your
let me
Honor.
know.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, can I be a co-host of this meeting? Is that, who's,
Do you need to be the co-host?
yes, sir.
Okay, and for what reason?
Just so I can, for audio purposes, for transcribing.
Okay, I'll let
I-
you.
I
Okay,
appreciate
if you like, I don't mind. I'll share co-host with you. How's that?
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, let's go on the record. We're here on cause number DC 22-01118, style Jamar Joseph, individually and his next friend of JJ, a minor, versus the defendant Newcrest Image Holdings. Would the parties please give their announcements for the records, please?
Ian Nelson, counsel for the plaintiff, Jamar Joseph, individually and next friend, Jeremiah Joseph, sorry. Pardon me.
My name is Ellen Presby. I'm the court-appointed guardian ad litem for the minor child.
I am Claire Harbert. I represent Newcrest Image Holdings, LLC.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Nelson, are you prepared to begin to start?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a minor prove-up settlement hearing, and I only have one witness, Mr. Jamar Joseph.
Okay, Mr. Joseph, can I get you to raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony and the information you're about to give is true and correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may proceed with your first witness, Mr. Nelson.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Mr. Joseph, we're here today for a minor prove-up hearing to get the judge Hurdle to approve a settlement involving your child. If you don't mind, can you please state for the record your name?
My name is Jamal Joseph.
Okay. And I understand that
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, I don't know why I mispronounced his name. I apologize. I understand Jeremiah is your son?
Yes, sir.
And does Jeremiah live with you?
Yes, sir.
What address do y'all reside at?
2 Watson Avenue, West Orange, New Jersey. Just 1052.
Okay. And I understand that on the date of accident, June 24, 2021, y'all were in Texas?
We were in Texas.
Okay. And what was the purpose for your trip going to Texas?
We had a tournament, a soccer tournament.
And I understand, unfortunately, during this trip, Jeremiah sustained injuries at the hotel y'all were at?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you briefly describe to the court what happened?
I recall he was coming from the bathroom or the restroom, and then when he's getting back to his bed, actually, and then he hit his the side of his tibia, and then all of a sudden he's called dad, 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 and then when I go and see, there was a big open wound on the side of his right calf. So immediately then we call downstairs, the help desk, and then they call the ambulance and they get him to the emergency room.
Okay. So it's a piece of metal protruding from the bed that he was cut on. Can you describe the laceration to the court?
Yeah, there was a piece of metal that was uncovered by any protection, and unfortunately that ripped his the side of his I think it's the calf or the side of his leg. It was a big opening that I can really see the entire, the meat of his body. So it was pretty bad.
And I understand he was transported from the scene by Dallas ambulance. Oh, was he transported from the scene by the ambulance?
I can hear you, Mr. Nelson, but I'm not sure if if Jamar can you hear him, Mr. Jamar?
No, I can hear you, Your Honor. I cannot hear anything else.
Okay.
Besides.
He can't hear you, Mr. Nelson.
Jamar, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Awesome. I don't know what happened there. I was saying he was transported by Dallas Fire Rescue from the hotel, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. And he was transported to Children's Medical Center. Does that sound correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And I understand while he was at Children's Medical Center, they did some care for him, including suturing up the wound, the laceration?
That is correct.
Okay. How was that all his care, or did he have any other care after that?
After that, then we went to his pediatrician, and then that's when they removed the stitches and continue monitoring and give him some ointment to make sure there will be no scar. But unfortunately, the scar still there.
I understand there is a scar there currently. Approximately how big is the scar?
I would say it's about. I would say about 4 inches.
Okay. And more importantly, other than the scarring, how is Jeremiah doing now?
He's doing much better. But from time to time he will repeat that he's still having little tickling sensation from the side. Especially when he's stressing, he can feel it, but he's saying he's doing much better.
Okay. Have you felt that there's a need to go get him additional medical care since the pediatrician visit?
I don't know from, in the future if he's still gonna be complaining about it. But I think maybe because it's healing, but then it's been over almost 2 years, if not.
Yeah, so in that time period, he does not need to seek additional medical care? In that year and a half? Okay. And I understand he's done well in tournaments and other sporting events since then?
Yes, since then he's been participating in soccer.
Okay. You understand that we're here today because the defendant in this case, the hotel company, New Crest Image Holdings LLC, has offered a settlement that we're asking Judge Hurdle to approve.
Yes, I'm aware of the settlement.
Okay. And you've had a chance to review the settlement release that has the numbers on there prior to this hearing?
Yeah, I reviewed it.
Okay. So the total settlement money is being offered by the defendant is $30,575. Now that's before paying any medical bills, attorney fees, case expenses, etc. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. Out of that $30,575, we propose that we deduct an attorney fee of $7,643.75, which is 25%. Case expenses of $91.49. Pay the ambulance bill at $1,928, and reimburse Medicaid, who paid your son's ER bills, at a discounted rate of $378.63. Out of that leaves a net for Jeremiah of $20,533.13. Is that your understanding of the numbers?
Yeah, I understand the numbers.
Okay. And is it your desire for the court to approve this settlement?
I mean, if that's what the judge believe it's correct for Jeremiah, because he missed times and he was suffered, and even from himself, so a lot of things.
Okay. Let me be more specific in my question. Do you want the judge to approve this settlement today?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you understand the judge does approve this settlement, we're waiving the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
At a jury trial, we could get more money, less money, we're about the same.
Yeah.
Do you understand that $20,533.13 is for Jeremiah? It's for his benefit, not yours.
Yes, definitely.
That money will go into the registry of the court, and that will be available for Jeremiah whenever he turns 18.
Yes.
Okay. Have you had a chance to speak to both me and my firm, Uvalde Law Firm, as well as the guardian ad litem's office, Ms. Presby's office, about Jeremiah's injuries and about the settlement?
Yes.
Have you had a chance to ask any questions that you might have?
Yes.
All right. And more importantly, do you feel that you've been well represented and Jeremiah has been well represented in this case?
Yes, definitely.
All right. And last question, would you like the court to approve the settlement? Just a follow-up.
Yes.
All right. I have no further questions, and I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Ms. Harbert?
Yes, I have a few, Mr. Joseph, I apologize. Some of these may sound redundant, but I just want to check my boxes as well. So if you'll be patient with me, I'm going to ask you some questions. Also, you are agreeing to the settlement today on behalf of you and your son, correct?
Yes.
And you believe this settlement is fair and reasonable, correct?
Yes, correct.
Ms. Harbert, excuse me, let me correct you. We're not here to approve any settlement on him individually. So I don't know if you misspoke, but We're only here to consider the settlement of his minor son.
Yes, Your Honor, I misspoke.
Okay. Go ahead.
Him on behalf of his son. I apologize.
Thank you.
I'll re-ask it. And Mr. Joseph, you agree to this settlement and are aware that this settlement is on behalf of your son, Jeremiah Joseph, correct?
Correct, yes.
And you understand that you have a right to a trial by jury, and if this case was tried to a jury, your son might receive more, less, or the same amount that was paid under the settlement, correct?
Correct.
And you understand that if the court approves this settlement, that your son cannot raise additional claims related to the allegations made in this suit, correct?
Yes, correct.
And you understand that this is, on behalf of your son, this is his day in court for this allegation, correct?
Correct.
And you're aware that nothing further will be paid to your son other than what is indicated in the settlement agreement, correct?
Correct.
And you understand that all the money is for your son in this settlement, correct?
Yes, correct.
We have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Presby?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Mr. Joseph, it's good to see you again. I can't believe how long it's been since you and I talked via video before. I know that you've been asked a lot of questions by your counsel and by counsel for the defendant. And I'm going to try not to be too repetitive, but I'm going to be a little repetitive, so forgive me for that. When we talked about this settlement being your only chance at certainty in recovery here, right?
Yes.
Right. So you've been asked if you understand that you could be awarded more, less, or the same in a lawsuit. I just want to be sure that we touch on the fact that also, if you were to go forward in a lawsuit, it's possible to be awarded for your son the amount of 0, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And while this may not be the number that you as a good father to your son hope and really wanted everything to be, it's your opinion that given the circumstances that this really is the best approach for your son. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you have confirmed to the court that you would like on behalf of your son to have the settlement approved, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that in my job was not to get done what you wanted, but really to make sure that I believe that the settlement would be in the best interest of your son, and for Jeremiah would be the best approach that we have here, right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. And I told you that I was going to be looking at everything from the angle of what's best for Jeremiah. Right?
Yes.
Okay. And you were open in your responses to all the questions that I asked you, weren't you?
Yeah.
That's all the questions that I have, and then I have further report to the court if the court.
All right, thank you, Ms. Presby. Mr. Joseph, I know you've indicated already when you asked this question that you are the father of the minor. Are you the biological father of this minor?
Yes, I am.
And do you have what we call custody? And what I mean, a situation where you have been legally determined to be the person who can provide and care for and be responsible for the minor?
No, we both, mom and dad, we both live together, so we both take care of.
Okay. So so the minor's mother and you live together with the minor?
Yes, sir.
And I know the lawsuit has been brought in your name, but Have you had the opportunity to discuss this settlement with the minor's mother as well?
Yes, definitely. She has signed paperwork regarding that also.
Okay, very good. And like Ms. Presby said, the purpose of this is to determine if this settlement is in the best interest of the minor. And is it your testimony that the settlement agreement proposal that you've come to with the parties is in the best interest of your son, minor son?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Presby, you have a report you'd like to offer?
I do. The report has been filed with the court. You should have it.
I have it. You want to offer it
Okay,
as an
good.
exhibit?
Yes, I'd like to offer the report into evidence, Your Honor.
Okay. And can I get your oral response to the report?
Yes, Your Honor. In the report, I have detailed the documents that I've looked at and the conversations that I've had with Mr. Joseph regarding the settlement related to his minor son. And I've talked to him about the injuries that were incurred by the young Mr. Joseph and the condition that he's in now and how he's healed. I went over the attorney's fees that were being charged, both what was listed on the contract and then in discussions with Mr. Nelson, what I thought would be appropriate in a case involving only a minor. Mr. Nelson agreed to reduce his attorney's fees to 25% in this case. And we also talked about the subrogation that needed to be paid and why it took a while to finally get that paid. And based on my evaluation of what occurred in the settlement and what happened to the minor, how the minor was treated medically, how the minor has healed, and conversations with the father about his understanding about the money being used for the minor, the settlement money being used for the minor, and our discussions about the inherent risk of trial and the time-consuming nature of it and the uncertainty of timing. With all of those factors, it's my recommendation that the settlement be approved on behalf of Mr. Joseph's son, Jeremiah, and that the money be deposited into the registry of the court for release to him when he reaches adulthood at age 18.
Okay, very good. And have you and the defendant come to some kind of agreement as to what fees are appropriate in light of your work on this case?
Yes, Your Honor, we have. We entered we filed an order with an agreed amount in it, and I believe you would think I'd remember that amount right away, Your Honor.
$3,000.
$3,000. Thank you very much for that. I provided them also with a spreadsheet of my time and my legal assistant's time in this case. I believe it came to slightly, maybe $3,300, $3,200 or so. That was including estimates for the time that it would take to prepare for and attend this hearing. Everybody has agreed to those fees and have agreed to pay it within 14 days, I think and I hope, unless I'm mixing up this case.
Okay, very good. Let the record reflect, I do have the order requesting the payment of fees, and I do have the proposed judgment. And the court, having heard testimony of the biological father of the minor involved in this incident, believes that the parties have come to a proposed settlement agreement. And upon recommendation from the court appointed guardian ad litem, it is the court's opinion that this settlement is in the best interest of the minor and that the proceeds will be deposited to the registry of the court. And I will sign a judgment to that effect today. Anything further?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, and lots of luck to you and your son.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Absolutely.
Everyone may be dismissed. Thank you. Thank
All right.
you.
Oh,
Your
hold
Honor.
on.
What?
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure, not for Jamar, but I wanted to have the attorney's information. I don't have a notice for this job. They didn't give me one. So if you wouldn't mind just putting your email in the chat, would that be okay?
Yeah, I'll leave the call up until you guys complete that. I'm gonna step off.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jamar, I don't think you need to be here if you have something
Yeah,
else you have
I'm
to
sorry.
go. Hey, job well done, by the way, Jamar. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamar. And everyone. Okay, there's my email. And if you send me an email, I'll send it back with everything you ever wanted to know about.
You'll have to excuse me, but this is the first time I've done something that wasn't just a straight, deposition. So I was like, do I do copy orders? Is that a...
No copies. No. This is it, one and done.
Okay.
There's my name, email. I don't know if you need my mark card, but it's there as well. So.
Okay. And, oh, he did hop off.
Okay, I'm gonna hop off if you don't mind.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I included my name as well.
Thank you. Oh, do you, oh, your email's up here, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, today was kind of, let me save this chat.
Did you need me for something, Miss Estes?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
All right. I'll continue to leave I'll continue to leave the Zoom open for a few more minutes if you guys need to do anything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do you need anything from me, Maggie?
I don't think so. I just like to have everyone's contact information just in case,
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.